Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Girl with the Shovel. I'm Angela, and today we're going to learn how to water propagate our pothos vines. Okay, so what you're going to need today is, of course, you're going to need some pothos vine cuttings. If you don't know how to get some, I'll explain a little bit about it today, but then also you can watch my other video on how to trim your pothos. Okay, so you'll want some vines, you want some scissors to make some specific cuttings, and then you'll want some little jars, and of course, you want some water if you're going to be water propagating. Makes sense, right? Okay, so here is one vine that we have, and as you can tell, we have a nice little tip here, which is where the end of it was. Okay, so this growing tip, you can already see another little vine, another little leaf coming off of it. Okay, so that is fabulous. These are the best kinds of cuttings because they already have that node that's already growing. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. So start from the growing point down. Okay, if you have a longer vine like me, which I'm sure most of you do. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a few nodes. Okay, so these are the nodes. Okay, so we have one node here. We've got node 2, node 3, node 4. Okay, so basically everywhere there's a leaf, I have some, like this guy here, that doesn't have a leaf at the nodes because those turned yellow and came off. But you still see there's a little root tip here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You get it? Okay, these are the nodes. Okay, it's very important to know where your nodes are when you're propagating. Okay, so now you're going to want to have a few nodes. You can do it with a minimum of 1 node. But if you have a lot of vines like I do, or, you know, like normal pothos gives off a ton of growth, generally speaking, if you're doing it right, check out my video on how to care for pothos if you aren't getting a lot of growth. But for these vines, I usually leave a couple nodes just to be safe and just to help it kind of have more growth and more points where it can grow those roots. So here I'm going to leave the 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3 nodes here, and I'm going to cut right below that node there. You see that node? And cut right below that. Okay, and then I'm going to remove this lower leaf. Actually, I'm going to remove the 2 lower leaves. Okay, so now it's got 1 leaf, this growth point here, and then 2 nodes. 1 and 2, and this is where the roots are going to come out of. Okay, so now rinse and repeat, right? So we got our cutting. I'm going to trim off this little extra piece between the node, the last node, and it's just a piece of stem. I'm going to trim that off, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, cut it off here, and then I'm going to remove these 2 leaves. So I've got 1 leaf on that node, and I've got 1 node and 2 nodes. Okay, and just keep going. Okay, so now we have quite a few little cuttings here, and now let's go put them in some water. So I love these little baby food jars. They're kind of the perfect size. I also have some of the propagation stations, but all of mine are completely full right now. Yes, I've been propagating a lot lately. So we're to our baby food jars, and all you do, it's pretty easy. You put the water in. Okay, and then we're going to put our little cuttings in. To me it looks like a little bouquet of cuttings. Okay, and there we have it. So this doesn't look super pretty because a lot of the leaves were facing a different direction when they were growing. But all of the new growth, all of our new tips here, and our new growth that will be coming out of these ends here, they will all be facing the right direction. So give it a few weeks. It won't look so droopy, but then you'll want to put it in some good light. I have some plant lights, some full spectrum plant lights that I like to use and put them under, actually on these shelves behind me. Or you can put it in a nice window that doesn't get too much direct sunlight. Direct sunlight can really fry these guys when they're, you know, fresh cuttings. So think about maybe putting them in like a north-facing window or something. They'd probably love it there. No, they would love it there. And then also, if you're getting like black stems, like sometimes the ends will turn black and mushy. That is a sign of kind of like a root rot issue. But if that's happening, then instead of just putting these stems straight into your water, then you want to leave it to dry for about 24 hours. Then you put it in the water. That'll give the cutting a nice chance to seal the cut, kind of like when you get a cut and you get a scab, kind of like the same thing. It keeps that bacteria out of the stem tissue. So if that's happening with your cuttings, then make sure you dry them out. I've usually had pretty good luck with my Pothos just putting it straight in. So I'm gonna just do this. I know some other ones like your money tree and any of your succulents or semi-succulents, you definitely need to let seal over first. Pothos, I've usually had good luck with not. So if you want to be more safe, if you just have a few cuttings, then go ahead, dry it out for a little bit and then put it in. If not, go for it just like me. And we will have some roots in a few weeks. Okay, so here are a few cuttings that I took, gosh, a month ago, 2 months ago. I forgot. I need to start labeling these. But they've been in the propagation tube for a little while. And as you can see, they've got some nice roots. I need to change out that water now, obviously. But so once you start seeing these lateral roots coming, so you'll see how they don't just have the one straight across, but they have the roots coming off to the side. Then it shows that it's ready to plant into some soil. So now I can go ahead and take these and just plant right into some soil. Okay, so now I've got my pot and I've got some soil. I'm just using the Miracle-Gro tropical houseplant mix, mainly just because I don't want to go out and grab my dirt right now. So my pre-mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some soil in here in my nice little pot. So I usually fill it up a few handfuls. Put my roots right in here. Okay, so you can see that. And then I will fill it back up around them. And there we go. Now I'm just going to water it in. And these are ready to go. That is how simple and easy it is to propagate your pothos in water. Have a good one, guys, and if you have any more questions, feel free to check out my website where I have step-by-step instructions as well as a few more extra tips and tricks. And then also, if you want to join the Facebook group and have any particular questions, you could put up some pictures there. I know we have an awesome group of houseplant lovers there, so it is over at Houseplants for Plant Killers. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Sorry, I've got dirt all over my hands now, but thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss another video. Have a good one, guys.